In order to apply to study at the Bedford Sixth Form, you would need to go directly to the website, and the link is bedfordsixthform.ac.uk. You then need to select subjects, and there's an option to apply now. It will then take you straight to the self-service centre, where you will need to create an account if you haven't created one before, by putting in a username, your first and last name, your email address, and setting up a password. It will then send you an email that you need to click the verification link, and then it will take you back to the self-service centre. Once you've signed in, it will take you directly to the application page. So the first page is your personal details. So you would need to put in your title, first name, last name, and preferred name if you have one, your gender and your date of birth, and what age you'll be on the 31st of August of the year you're applying for. You then need to put in your email address and the best contact number for you, your nationality from the list that it gives you, and your national insurance number. It will also ask you your religion and faith, your gender identity, and your sexual orientation. And you can select prefer not to say if you wish to. It will then ask you your country of residence. So it will ask you if you've been a resident in the UK, EU or EEA in the past 3 years. If you haven't, you will need to select your date of entry to the UK. Once you press next, it will take you to the address, and you just need to fill out your home address details. It will then take you to your qualifications, and it will ask the most recent school or college you attended, the start date you attended that school or college, and the date that you ended. If it's not listed above, you can type it in this box here. It will then ask you your predicted or achieved qualification details, including English and Maths. It will state that you must include a minimum of 5 subjects at grade C/4 or above. And you will need to put in when you got these qualifications. It will then take you to the Your Subjects tab, and it will ask you if you've applied to any other sixth form or college, and if you have, it will ask you if we're your first choice. You then need to put in the subjects that you are applying for in the order that you want them. Once you press next, it will take you to the additional info tab, and it will ask you if you have an education, health and care plan, which is a plan that outlines any educational needs, and it is approved by the local authority. If you do have one, it will ask you which local authority your EHCP is with. It will then ask you if you require any additional support, so if you have any learning difficulties or disabilities. You can select if you would like to discuss them further, but you will then need to select which learning difficulties and disabilities you have. It will also ask you if you're eligible for exam concessions. You do then need to declare if you are aged under 18 and look after or help support a family member who needs additional support due to disability or long-term illness. You also need to declare if you're a young person who is in care or looked after by the local authority or a care leaver. You then need to put in your parent or guardian information, so this is your next of kin information. So you need to put in their name, what relation they are to you, their contact number and their email address. You can put a second person if you wish to. It will also ask you your ethnic origin. So you can select from any of the list, or you can select prefer not to say if you don't want to. It will then ask you if you have any unspent criminal convictions. So you need to declare whether you have or not in this box. The last tab is the application declaration page. You must make sure that you read and understand what it is you're declaring to, and then tick the box to say that you understand the declaration and terms and conditions. You can also tick if you consent to receive parental communications from the Bedford Sixth Form. It will then ask you consent and how we can keep in touch with you, and if you want email, telephone and text message. It will then explain your next steps. So once we have received your application, we will be in touch with you within 5 working days to invite you to attend an interview with the college. This interview will be within 4 weeks of us receiving your application, and you will receive an email sent to the address used to create your application. Once you have read and understood everything, you will need to make sure you press submit my application. You can save it and come back to it later if you are still waiting on results or any additional information you need, but you must make sure that at the end you select submit, as that will submit the application and we can sort an interview for you.